Thank you very much.
So much. You're just saying and tip?
Nah, I'm not gonna tip nothing. I'm gonna put a negative tip where you have to pay me.
Okay.
All right, a $50 tip for being mean today. Thank you very much.
I'm gonna post it on YouTube. I say cheapest motherfucker football player. Give me $50.
Gee, that's good. Oh, I forgot. This is Vegas.
Thank you.
All right, appreciate it.
What are your thoughts, bro?
This video and this topic here about tipping has been an issue for quite some time now, and it's been a big, hoopla about, what to tip, who to tip, how much to tip, when you should tip. And first of all, I'm gonna speak my purpose on this video. First of all, he took it, very well. He is PR trained. So he took it well. The disrespect, he, wrote it off as a joke, and but it was very disrespectful of her to basically, she talking to him like she know him personally, and you whisper in a guy's ear, or you're not really whispering in his ear and telling him that he's cheap because you want more of a tip for an order he's picking up. Now, this is where this is my stance on tipping. Tipping is earned. It is not an obligation that you will be tipped. Tipping is something that you earn. It's extra. It's tipping you for your ability to be a good waiter or a good waitress. It's for your service that you have rendered to the customer or to a table. That has to do with how courteous you are, how attentive you are, your response time, everything. All those things goes and coincide with how you're being tipped. Now, some people think that they can just give you any kind of service and you're supposed to tip them a crazy tip. And it's like, nah, I've been in several restaurants where the service was poor and I paid for my meal and I got up and left. I didn't leave not a tip, not a dime. I've been in restaurants where I got to go ask other waiters, hey, where's my waiter? I have not seen my waiter in quite some time. Like, and the waiter come out like, oh, hey, like, hey. I ain't seen you in a while. Been almost 20 minutes since I seen you. Like, y'all want to refill? Nah, we ready to go. we ate this. And so it's a whole thing of, to me, and I understand that a lot of them make a good portion of their money off of tips. They don't make a lot of money off, just their current base salary. I understand that. But with that being said, since you know that you don't make a lot of money on your current base salary, it's you that should be going out of your way to put on a performance that will warrant people to tip you. And so that young lady there, you were out of line. He did indeed tip you, and you were out of line to tell this man or to call this man cheap because he didn't give you your desired amount of a tip. And I'm perfect. Like, this video ain't gonna be long, but we had to touch this because I was like, man, this is crazy. Like, this is crazy, man. What's your thoughts, John?
Yeah, man. This is crazy, man. This is entitlement at its finest. You come across, a celebrity, a well-known person, coming into the establishment where you work, and like Dan said, especially when you're, a waiter, a waitress, server, majority of your money is made off of tips. So with you knowing that, you should customer service should be your number one priority. That's how it generates your tips, essentially. Now, of course, you do have some people that just don't tip at all. That's granted, but at the same time, you're not entitled to tips, and you know this when you sign up for this job. So you get paid whatever was it, $2 or $3 an hour plus tips. So you know this signing up for this. And so when Shilo gave the $50 tip on the $3 order, that's like 16%. That's actually over the 15% that they normally say that you should at least tip. So he already over tipped technically according to his bill. And then on top of that, he stated that during that his experience there that you was rude, you was mean. And he still took the higher road and left you a tip, a generous tip, I might add. Cause I'm like, damn, man,
I ain't doing it.
I ain't gonna do it. It was one thing my dad used to say, especially when it was bad service. And they asked about a tip. He's I'm a tip on out of here.
Yeah, straight on up out of here. You big on it.
And
Like,
he was big on it. He was like, you have to earn my tip.
he's like, sir, you gonna tip? I'm finna tip
I'm
on out of
tip,
here. Is what I'm
tip on
finna
right
do.
on out of here. And he'll do just that. And so they've gotten away from that, being able to earn the tip. They just think just because you come there that they automatically get a tip. No, you have to earn that. You have to, just like anybody else at their job, and you have to earn your money. You have to do the same here. Point blank, period. So if you don't like that, find another job. But you
But
can't demand. But you can't demand somebody give you a tip or a large tip, and you
just
just act any
yeah,
type of
just
way.
because, like, just give
No,
it. I mean, just because you here.
and
But you said something that was key. This world that we're living in now suffers from a lack of accountability and entitlement. We have so many entitled people who refuse to take accountability. Now, when it comes to this instance, the entitled waiter, she sees a celebrity. She thinks that she's finna get a crazy tip out the wazoo, and she thinks that she don't really have to do much to get a crazy tip out of it.
and my thing is, with the internet being the way it is, I'm so glad that Shiloh had his own camera set up during this incident, because I can only imagine the way they would have drugged him if he didn't have that camera there,
I
recording
mean,
that recording that interaction. Because people take stuff like that and then would just run with it.
people are gonna still
I
run
mean,
with
they
it.
still will, but
Um,
I'm just saying the magnitude of it would have turned into something that it really wasn't,
I
which is
mean,
sad. But
he he's raised right. He's PR trained, so he understands how to deal with attacks, right? Uh, he understand. He even understands how to deal with entitled people, right? People who see his last name and think that they should be entitled for him to treat them a certain kind of way or do a certain thing for him. And like he told her, he was like, "Ma'am, I think I'm actually doing you a favor because you've been rude to me since I've been here. Like, I'm, based off the short clip of interaction, she's rude, she's sharp with her words, and she's also, like we said, entitled and she took no accountability.
did she even say thank you?
Nope. She leaned in his ear and said, "Now I would say on the internet that you a cheap blank blank blank." And he looks up and says, "Ma'am, $50 ain't cheap." Like, I think this is actually good. He's like, but on a real note, if I was really trying to be like that, I would really give you a negative tip if I can get a negative tip.
You pay me.
because of your your service. Like, you've been rude to me since I got here. We let this waitress go. She's no longer involved with this restaurant or this company. We deeply apologize. Yada 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 yada. That's the only way that those generally happen, unless Shilo personally push pressure, which he won't. But that's the only two ways that happens. Either he will have to reach out, and his people and things like that will reach out and put pressure on the restaurant to get her fired, or the video goes viral, people making comments, and people find out the restaurant that was in, and they put so much pressure, and it generally happens that way. But man, she needs a wake up call. Like, ma'am, your attitude is nasty. And I would have told her, ma'am, your attitude nasty, ma'am. Like, you have a nasty way about carrying yourself.
And my thing is, I'm talking about, I work in customer service, and if you're having such a nasty attitude, why are you getting into that space?
Because generally,
It
most
makes
people
no
get
sense.
most people get in that space because, like, being just honest with you, like, it's a more easier space to get into, right? And so, it's a skill of that you can be taught on the fly. It's not something that you necessarily have to study for,
But they don't
and
they don't take the time to learn the skill.
and they don't do proper training. They don't do proper assessments of the people that they're hiring. They also don't do a good screening. Like, they don't put you in scenarios to see how you would handle this, how you would handle this situation, how you handle that situation. If someone is being disrespectful to you, how you handle that. If this happens to you, if somebody don't tip, all this kind of stuff, to put you in a different situation. It's the same as like cops. Like, they don't put cops in certain situations to see how they will handle, this said situation. And, like, when I say, like, put them in situations of them unknowing of that they are being tested, so that you can see the real them. Like, I want to see your character of people who's going to be around our clients or around our customers, or the people that's going to be protecting the citizens. I want to see your real response. Do you know how much, like, cops, how much bad body cam footage that gets overlooked?
If they only knew.
That most of the time it only comes out when it's a peanut. You know how much bad body camera footage that officers should be let go on the spot, or should be brought up on charges?
Yeah.
You have bad body camera footage every week, and that's just stuff that we see. But every week you can go on social media and see something that a rogue cop is doing. I almost did a video here about the cop that was trying to run a person over. Literally, the person running, the cop is behind him on the grass, like, trying to run him down. I said, like, what in the world? Like, and luckily the guy got away. He had his wits about him. Luckily the guy had his wits about him, hit him with the juke move, and got away. But the cop was, like, so adamant of running this guy down with his car. Like, this is kind of people that you're hiring. Like, now, how much other stuff has he gotten away with? You know how bold you got to be on camera and ride in your car to run somebody over, especially when the guy don't have a weapon. It's almost like us out here. If we gonna try to run somebody over, and we trying to gun him down, run him over. They don't have a weapon. Like, how can you justify that? We're going to jail. That's where you're going. That's either attempted murder with a deadly weapon.
So it becomes aggravated.
It's definitely premeditated.
Mhm. That's first degree then.
So like you know, and to revert back to this, like we're right now we're talking about character, morals, but we're also talking about this falls on the people that's responsible for hiring people and companies that are responsible for hiring employees. So like you hire people, man, with no integrity, no morals, no simple basic human decency. Like she has no basic human decency. Even if she, what would happen if she was super nice to him, and even if she didn't get the tip that she wanted, but him recording her treating him this in a nice manner, what that potentially could have done for her.
They would have came in and started requesting her. Like, can I get
I
her?
want the waiter that Shilo had.
I'm willing to wait. Can I sit with her?
And recording her constantly. I want that waiter.
Yeah. But people don't look at that.
And I also say this too, man. You're one disrespectful moment away from losing your life.
That is a fact.
I know most people don't see that, and we take life for granted. We take the ability to leave out our house and come back for granted. We take the ability to ride on the road and have interactions with people for granted. But man, you one disrespectful moment, you one emotional, unstable moment from losing your life. Just one. The prison is full of people who are emotionally unstable. When you're emotionally unstable, that's what it leads to. You're either going to lose your life or you're going to go to jail. When you don't learn how to ration your emotions, how to give a situation the proper emotional attention.
Don't allow a few seconds to determine your fate.
That's true. Because it took my wife a long time to get out of her thinking, it had become a habit of just honking at people. Honking. And I just used to get on her so tough. And I'm like, stop doing that mess. Stop. I know it's just, well, they need to go. I said, stop doing that mess. You could be one honk away from somebody pulling a gun on you. You don't know what uh mental breakdown people are having, or what situation people are in, or their capacity. Some people don't have no reasoning to them. They don't know how to reason. Some people stop growing at the age of 14 mentally. They peaked. They peaked in high school. They stopped growing. That's why you still have 30 and 40-year-olds who act like they're 18 years old. $50-year-olds who are still out here trying to compete with kids. They just never grew up. I used to act stupid too when I was young. So when I was young, I said stupid stuff. I did stupid stuff without rhyme or reasoning. I look for fights sometimes without rhyme or reasoning, not understanding the position I was putting myself into, not understanding like how this could go bad, not understanding like, man, I should only fight if I absolutely need to fight. That if I got a chance to walk away, I should really thank God that I have the ability to walk away. But being driven by emotion, ego, and pride of people saying that this is the way that I need to be, not understanding that I'm putting my life in jeopardy. Because I want to fight a dude because we just don't like each other. Or he looked at me wrong, or he did this, or he stay in this neighborhood. I stay in this neighborhood. Or he said something about me, this and that, yada, yada, yada. Or he don't like me. Not understanding that that's not your problem. Like, stop making people problems yours. Walk away. For kids who are growing up, man, if you got the ability to walk away, and I know it's hard, and I'm not telling you that it's not hard, because I've been a child and I've been in those positions where somebody is quote unquote testing your manhood, or somebody is quote unquote saying something derogatory or something foul to you. And you feel like, man, we got to get down. We need to, we need to squabble. There's so many fights, man, that led to people in prison or dead. And I was just one of the lucky ones and one of the blessed ones who didn't end up like that. But man, if you got the ability to walk away, walk away. Please listen to me. Please listen to us here and let that be known. We're talking, we're sharing game with y'all. We're giving y'all wisdom. We see how we know how it play out. We've been through it. We had several friends who wasn't as lucky.
Family members too.
Family members as well, who are doing time. Some of them are doing time in the grave.
Mm-hmm. No, that's a fact.
But I know it's hard because a lot of y'all parents don't have self-control.
Nope. Do what you see.
Your mama wilding out. Your daddy wilding out. So I know it's hard.
Yeah, man, because I was, speaking to when I was younger, man, I had road rage bad. When I was younger, man, honking, yelling, pointing, and then not realizing, especially at that time, Dallas was like the capital of road rage. And it wasn't like just no talking. They was pulling them things and they was firing off while driving. And that could have easily been me in one of those instances of my road rage. It's people here that's literally been unalived in a road rage incident on the highway. And it's several of those instances here. And so I know we're still like in top 5, if I'm not mistaken, for as road rage violence here. I'm not sure about, I think Houston's maybe up there, if I'm not mistaken.
It might be up there. Atlanta might be up there.
Atlanta, I know Atlanta's up there. So
probably New York too.
New
right?
York. Facts, yeah. They just mean spirited. But yeah, man, you can self-control, man, is such a vital thing, man. And it's actually one of the fruits of the spirits. It's not there included just by happenstance, man. It can actually save your life. It can help determine your life. But if you don't have any self-control, chaos can follow.
It will follow. It's just if you have enough grace to escape it. One thing you need to know, and my older listeners probably already know this, but my younger listeners, one thing you need to know: death is chasing you, and it's looking to get you one way or another.
It's a fact.
You're going to die one day. Do you want to make it early?
Because I don't think it makes them know. No, never mind.
Death is coming. Now you can exit stage left early. But don't get it twisted. Tough people don't last. People who present themselves tough or act in that manner, either they go to prison or they die. That's what happens to tough people. Only be tough when you have to be tough.
No, that's a fact, man.
Hey, Houston #1. This is post pandemic. They got Houston, LA, Chicago, Nashville, Miami, Philly, Atlanta, Detroit, New York, Boston are the top 10.
Oh, okay. So we fell out the top 10. Yeah.
And most of those are larger cities, especially
Cities,
the
yeah.
top 5 are larger cities when you're talking about Houston, LA, New York, Boston. I mean, not Boston, Chicago,
Chicago, yeah.
things of that nature. But like, man, this video here, man, was just plain and simply, man, about how to treat people, about having good morals and decency, how to be respectful, how to take accountability for your wrongdoing, and also not to be entitled because no one owes you nothing. No one owes you nothing, but you owe yourself to be a good person because your life can literally count on it. You don't owe it to nobody to be nice to anybody or to be respectful. You don't. But you do need to understand that everything has a consequence. And you might just roll up against somebody who feel like they ain't got nothing to live for. And also be careful hanging around those people. Don't hang around with people who ain't got nothing to lose.
Man.
They will put you in a compromising situation after compromising situation.
Yep. Yeah,
Don't snitch on me, bro. Don't snitch on me.
How about not do that? How about that?
I know it because we went to school with people like that who would do stuff and stupid stuff and then want you
Want to
to
charge
stay
you with
solid. Yeah, stay solid with them. Hey man, I broke into the teacher lounge. I took this, and this. And when they ask you, bro, I'm like, bro, I don't want nothing to do with this. Don't send nobody to ask me nothing.
Nothing. Mm-mm.
That's somebody who have nothing to lose. Like there's nothing coming behind. He doesn't fear anything. I don't have anything to lose. Whatever happens, happens. If I get away, yay. If I get caught, oh well.
They say I ain't afraid to go back to jail. Them ones.
You know, so man, out there, guys, let's be better. Let's be better people, man. And let's be better people because you need to be better. For you, for your family, for your life. Now, I don't know what you believe in. I don't know what you stand on. I don't know if you believe in God. I don't know what God you believe in. But man, if we want our communities to be better, we want our communities to be safer, we want our children to be better, we want our children to be safer. It starts with good human decency, good morals, good principles, and self-control. Self-control, good morals, good principles, man, and respect, man. Stop trying to get over on people, man. Stop. You're trying to get over on everybody. Trying to shortchange everybody in one way or another. Stop competing with everybody, man. Just compete with yourself. Stop competing with everybody. Because everybody's race is different. Because everybody goes through different things. Everybody has different challenges. So we're not competing the same. Because we don't have the same playing field. And I'll leave y'all with this. Understand, people often like to say life is like chess. I honestly don't believe it. I don't believe life is like chess. And the reason why I say that is if that was so, we'll all start off in the same place with the same pieces. The one thing about chess is everybody starts off with the same pieces. Everybody starts off in the same place. The thing about life is we don't all start off in the same place. We don't all start off in the same pieces. Some of us are dealt with a different hand. So we're not playing chess. You're not playing chess. Especially not the chess that you would think of. Because when I watch people play chess, I'm like, oh, okay. Look how they start. Look how this goes. But then you look at me, I had a different start from the person next door to me. Right? So I can't compete to the person next door to me because we're in two different places. Mentally, emotionally, stuff we've been through, stuff we're working through. Our struggles, our hardships, our understanding towards things. We're in two different places. So the only person I gotta compete with is myself. And how you compete with yourself is to never give up. Don't come complacent with where you are. Keep trying to find a way to get to where you want to get to. And do it with integrity. And man, that's what we'll leave y'all here with, man. We get out of here, man. We love y'all. Remember, it don't cost you nothing to hit that like, subscribe button. Also, remember, man, you can check us out on social media platform and let that be known. But until next time, peace out. You're not playing chess, especially not the chess that you would think of. Because when I watch people play chess, I'm like, oh, okay. Look how they start. Look how this goes. But then you look at me, I had a different start from the person next door to me. Right? So I can't compete to the person next door to me because we're in two different places. Mentally, emotionally, stuff we've been through, stuff we're working through, our struggles, our hardships, our understanding towards things. We're in two different places. So the only person I got to compete with is myself. And how you compete with yourself is to never give up. Don't come complacent with where you are. Keep trying to find a way to get to where you want to get to. And do it with integrity. And man, that's what we'll leave y'all here with, man. We get out of here, man. We love y'all. Remember, it don't cost you nothing to hit that like, subscribe button. Also, remember, man, you can check us out on social media platform and let that be known. But until next time, peace out.